BassResinator here. I am doing something wild and crazy. Last year, there's that big octopus mold. I'm saying, holding my hands, I was not even in the frame. The big octopus mold, it's like 8.5 inches and really deep. And I made a Coff-topus. If I can find a picture of it, I'll put it in this video. And it had coffee beans, and then a coffee filter, and then some coffee grounds, and then some little sparklies to represent the milk and sugar. And I had it going sort of like a latte out on the tips of his tentacles. Well, I'm thinking about doing the same thing here. But right here, I've already done the UV resin for the eyes. I put in the coffee beans. Now, on one side of a coffee bean, here's a good one. It looks kind of roundish, and on the other side, it's got a split. Well, what I did to stay biologically accurate, the frog eye has, let's go this way, has to be parallel to the ground, that black area in the eye. On a reptile, it needs to be this way. So I aligned the eyes correctly in there and in this one. So you see they're going up and down on the turtle, and on the frog they're going parallel to the ground. So and then the frog has some nice areas where I could hide some of the beans in the leg areas, not so much on the turtle. So what I did was I put them in part of the shell, but I left the other part so that I can use coffee grounds. And what I'm thinking about doing is putting the coffee grounds right here in the middle with a little bit of UV resin, and same thing here, and then place this on top. So from the bottom you're not going to see those coffee grounds. From the top you will. But on from here on up, it's going to be the color of coffee. So I'm going to mix in some brown and yellow dyes, and then add a little bit of milk over on one side, so we have the latte effect going on. So latte da. Oh my, I'm getting too crazy here. So I've got this filter. It was a big one. I just chopped it up. But it was a double one, because the last time I did it, the filter's paper, and when that resin hit it, it just sort of, so you could sort of see, if you knew it was there, you could see it. But if you didn't know it was there, you're like, well, there's a little bit of haze in that. So maybe doubling it up, I'll be able to see the filter better, and everybody else will as well. So I'm not going to have a Coff-topus. I'm going to have a Coffurtle and a Frog. Boy, I was really hurting for ways to get those out. Coff-topus works a lot easier, but Coffurtle, Coff turtle? No, that's too. I want to get it more Jurdle, like for Java. Ah, so we're gonna have a Jurdle, and we're gonna have a Krog. Okay, I'll come up with some cool names for them. Or, better yet, in the comments, write what you think they should be called. So, let me get some UV resin, get some clear. I'm going to use my resin rockers. Hey. I used the Let's Resin UV resin, the bonding type, to put the eyes in place. But then I use this for the other. So let me get some down here. And on this one, I'm going to have to hold it this way so it doesn't just go everywhere. I don't want it mixing in with the other. And I think I saw a bubble happening. Yeah, there it is. Come on out. Got him. Okay. Get that before it goes all the way into the head. And then I will put this, after I get this cured up like this, I'm going to put it under the big lamp so that it'll be cured really well so that I can just come in with the other resin over the top of this. Just hold it in place so that I can put it down there. Okay, I'll come back to you in a little bit. Okay, those went under the lamp and cured. Under the lamp? It is no ordinary lamp. Whoa. Some bubbles right there came up to the top. I was letting it degas. What I want to do here is pour some in. And then I'm going to set the filter paper there's some bubbles right there. I wonder if those are in the on the mold or if they're in the UV resin. I hope they're not in the UV resin. Let's see. Well, that one came out. That one came out. Good. That one's in the UV. Bummer. I was hoping they would not be any in that UV resin. I used my new Let's Resin dual-sided lamp. Which cures from both sides. Okay. Now, to set this in place, this frog is wider in the back, and the turtle is wider in the front. See how that is starting to go transparent? this one too. Isn't that amazing? Isn't it amazing? Good song. There's a big old honking bubble under that one. Honking. Not just your ordinary bubble, that's a big old honking one. Then I'll come over the top of this with the dyed resin on the next pour. Should tell you I'm using magic resin, art coat, just art resin. Hey, that bubble just came right on through there, right on through the filter. Awesome. I wonder if it'll do that over here. Yep. Check it out. Check it out, check it out, remove it. I don't know if any of you ever heard that song. Old folk song. Well, I stuck my head down a little skunk's hole, and the little skunk said, well, bless my soul. Take it out, remove it. I won't sing the whole song. I will just sing the punchline of the song. I removed it too late. Okay, filter over the grounds. There. Stay there. Come on out of there, bubble. Okay. Not as much damage there. Now let me torch those bubbles off. Bubble way up yonder. I want him back here. Oh, he got on the toothpick. I was doing the accent of the blue aardvark. Hey, yeah. I don't know if anybody ever saw that old cartoon. Blue aardvark chasing that ant. Hey, yeah. I want my lunch. Okay, let this cure up, and then I will come back with the coffee colored resin. Bubbles still coming up, and I'll stay after them for a while till I get tired, and hopefully they will not be in the way. Okay, see ya after, well, I'll see you in the morning to finish up this job. Okay, that's all cured up. I am going to add some little bling from Tropical Glitz. It's called Jamaican Groove, yeah, and the size of these little metal flakes is .004. Super. Oi! I thought when I opened it up, look at that. It's super fine, and so fine it doesn't even stay in the little jar. But what I'm gonna do, I mixed some up with some UV resin. I'm gonna decorate the toes of that frog. So this will be the sugar element added to the coffee. And I put it out there to my subscribers to help me name these creatures, because last year I had the Coff-topus, and they've come up with some really creative names, like Frogocino and Turtle Latte. And somebody said, no, flip it the other way. So it's Froga Latte and Turtle Chino. And it just cracks me up. So many different options. And what I'm going to do is, because I made up enough of this, I can do some of the flippers to add a little bit of color in those. Oy, just about missed it. With the name of this, Jamaican Groove. Oh, you could say Jamaican me crazy now. One of my subscribers said, your laugh is very evil, and I said, oh, you haven't heard anything yet. So I don't know if any of you remember the 7-Up commercials. Crisp and clean, no caffeine, never had it, never will. That's not really that evil, but when you do the bwahaha in front of it, then it comes out more sinister. Okay, I put that over to the side. So I don't cure it, because I don't want to have any accidents and have this stuff running down his feet. I just want it on the toes. So how do you make a frog a toad? Color his toes. I told you so. Ay. That'll hold in place until I stick it under the larger lamp. Hey! I can make his tail. That always has a tendency to get a bubble in it. Just put it on the edge and let it roll down in there. Rolling, 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 rawhide. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Bum ba da da da. Rawhide. Okay, put this, get that up out of the way again. Sorry, I can't, well, I guess if I go this way a little bit, but it's the angle is hard to get into. But if that'll prevent it, I'm hit and miss on these tails. Some, about every other one, I get a little tiny bubble, and then there's some when I get no bubbles. So maybe this will be a way to prevent. Only you can prevent forest fires. Smokey Bear. Now that I know is not a European thing, so that's an American National Parks icon, Smokey Bear. He's dressed up like a ranger with a ranger hat. Well, got some there and some on the next one. Just doing this to get it set so that when I put it under the bigger lamp, it'll just be able to cure the whole way without it rolling off. Okay, I am going to cure that under the big lamp. I will mix up some resin and come back to you just a second. Okay, I'm back. These are all cured, both sides. I mixed up the resin, but before I do show you that, I wanted to show you that little cup that I had the UV resin in. I put it under the lamp as well. This is a little silicone cup. Clean it up, you just pull it out and then just use some tape on to get the rest. Very simple cleanup. So For colorant in the resin, I used Let's Resin Caramel and Let's Resin Yellow, or Caramel or Caramel, however you say it, Caramel. I used, well, I'll show you. I got a little cup here with 1.7 ounces with 6 drops of yellow and 3 drops of this caramel. And then this one is almost 4 ounces and it has about 40 drops of this. I wanted to get it really dark, and I don't think that amount of drops is going to affect the curing ability of that resin. I'm just looking and I'm seeing something not good. I'm seeing a bubble up here in the head of the frog. Shoot. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour the yellowish color towards the head and then pour the other back towards the back. I've got 2 other molds here to help hold this. This mold is getting old. What do you do with the moldy oldie or oldie moldy? You have to prop it up, because if I don't, as I'm pouring in the resin, it's going to just flip over the edges, even though I have the little pedestals in place. Got a couple, I got another one on order so that I can put this one in retirement and only use it when I'm doing something maybe with echo pour resin or the plaster of Paris type stuff. I'm going to pop the bubbles on this, on that resin, and when I get towards the end, like it's going into the feet here, or into the flippers, I'm going to take that darker color and mix in. I'm going to mix in a bit of this copper mica, which really makes it look like good coffee. And then I'm also going to mix a little bit of the white pearl in with the lighter colored one, so that it will have that latte look on part of it and good drinking coffee. So we'll have a little bit of latte on both and a little bit of espresso. Okay, so the lighter color up towards the head. Set that aside for a bit and come back with the darker color. And just pushing that yellow all the way up into the head. Okay. Get a little bit more of that yellow going. Up there. I know what I'm going to do. One side, the legs are going to be the latte da, and the other side is going to be the espresso. Yeah. Okay, mixed in a healthy scoop of that. to put one of those ice cubey things in there. Make it, nah, that's getting crazy. Have some iced coffee too. That would be fun, but I shan't. I will hold off on that. Okay, put that over there. Clean that off and come back in with some good strong stuff. See a bubble right there. Get out there. That almost looks drinkable, huh? But don't do that. Ooh. I don't know if anybody remember the play Arsenic and Old Lace. This I think is probably just as toxic, so don't be drinking this. Oh yes, good rich coffee. The way I drink it. My wife uses milk in hers, or non-dairy creamer. She uses the dairy creamer, all of a sudden she starts coughing and stuff. Okay, how do I want to do this? I think I'm going to go with the latte. No, the espresso. Oh man, yep. Boy, that looks really good there. Get up into those toes. Almost needed to mix up a little bit more. I'm thinking I will put a little. Oh, look at that little string of. Let me get something else going over here. I'm thinking I will get some of those ice thingies. I'll be right back. And that'll help fill up. Get it more over here towards the side with milk in it. Now these things float, I found out. So I need to make sure to not get a humongo one and then not let it flip over. There we go. That's a big one. Put a little one in there. If I can get another little one, I'll put him up by the head. Don't know how well you're going to be able to see them, but you know they're there. Okay, now I just got to pop a few bubbles, and then we'll wait for the unmolding. Okay, I'll see you then. All cured up. Which one do we start with? Which one? Well, let me move these out of the way. Don't need those to hold them. This really looks cool. And this almost looks like iced tea or iced coffee. Let's go with the frog. Huh? Come on now, let go of that. A little bendy there. Toes are cute. Got those shiny toenails. Come on now, let loose. Please release me, let me go. And there, I had just started singing for it, you know, and then all of a sudden it releases. Come on now. Come on, baby. Let's do the twist. Come on, baby. Okay, get over his hair. Oh, the colors are so cool. Can you see those? Wow. Okay, now get these toes. Okay, it released. What's the deal with this? Release. Dun 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 dun. Oh, we can see the filter, see the coffee beans, the eyes. Yes. That's so cool. Can't wait to get it out in the sun so I can get. And look, there are no air bubbles on that tail. Oh, look at that. Having too much fun now. Yes. Oh, an air bubble right there. But you know what? It almost looks like it got percolated. Look, the latte. Man, the colors on that. Goodness. Okay, got to get them outside while the sun is still up. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to say, see ya. I was going to say chaperones, subscribers. Subscribers, thank you for hanging out with me and making this all possible. Yeah, and if you're not a subscriber, you should be. You never know when I'm going to come back with something crazy like this. Yeah, this is fun. Okay, I'll get those stills ready for you.